Allow me to introduce you to Barney, my cherished stuffed toy from my 4th grade days. There was a time where I once held him in the highest regard, but as I transitioned into 5th grade, I felt compelled to set him aside. I worried that playing with him would make me appear uncool among my peers, especially since no one else that I was aware of was still attached to their childhood toys. This is just one of many instances in my life where I felt the need to blend in, to conform, and to let others dictate my worth, whether in academics, appearances, or social standings. However, time has a way of shifting perspectives. A few years later, while my mother was tidying up our room, she stumbled upon Barney tucked away in my vintage closet. Her excitement was palpable as she brought him back to me, reigniting fond memories of our childhood time spent together. And so, here we are today. Hello everyone, I am Mahika, a 9th grade student who's deeply passionate about music. Though my love for music has been a constant since childhood, there was once a time where I faltered in delivering what I perceived as my best performance. As I stepped onto the stage, the bright lights enveloped me in its warm embrace, and for a fleeting moment, confidence surged through my veins. It felt as though I was floating on a cloud of melody. The audience faded into a blur as I began to sing, hitting every note with precision. But then in an instant, everything changed. As I reached the end of my first verse, a chilling wave of uncertainty washed over me. My mind went blank, a vast emptiness where lyrics once danced. And that's it, I faltered. The confidence that had buoyed me moments before shattered like glass, leaving only a haunting silence in its wake. After that performance, I was sidelined for a year, not given an opportunity to perform in any inter-school events. The worst part wasn't the missed opportunities. It was the crushing defeat of failing to meet my vocal coach's expectations. Fast forward to a year later, I performed at my school's annual event, where strangely, after that performance, I found myself skimming the audience, scanning for reactions, desperately seeking validation. As I walked through the rows of sets, I hoped to catch a compliment that would affirm my worth. That's how far I had fallen into the trap of seeking external approval. I began questioning this weird behavior of mine. Why do I need others to acknowledge my achievements? Why can't I validate my own worth? Why am I so hard on myself that even a minor mistake feels like a catastrophic failure? This introspection led me to reflect on my feelings. I discovered that many people, including myself, grapple with fragile self-worth and self-awareness. According to psychology, the need for external approval often stems from deep-seated insecurities. I discovered that 85% of people worldwide, including both adults and teenagers, grapple with low self-esteem and dependency disorders, making them vulnerable to overthinking and undermining their happiness or success. Now, during my research, I also stumbled upon the concept of imposter syndrome. Now, I know what you're thinking, but this is far from the game Among Us. This psychological phenomenon manifests as self-doubt and feelings of fraudulence, even in the face of one's own evidences of their own accomplishments. This directly targets your self-worth and questions your identity. Notably, many renowned individuals, Albert Einstein, Emma Watson, Bella Hadid, and even Michelle Obama have openly discussed their experiences with feeling like they're imposters. Tina Fey once said, "The beauty of imposter syndrome is that you vacillate between extreme egomania and a complete feeling of, I'm a fraud." This really causes you to introspect yourself and questions your identity. However, commonly, many actors and performers have also shared strategies to combat this syndrome. And it's not always therapy or counseling. Lady Gaga once stated, "I still feel like a loser sometimes in high school, and I just have to pick myself up and tell myself that I'm a superstar every single morning." See that? That simple act of self-affirmation can be a powerful antidote to breaking the cycle of self-doubt. When we receive compliments, areas of our brain associated with reward and pleasure activate. Similar to when we self-compliment, breaking free from the cycle of overthinking allows us to focus on improvement rather than criticism. So now the question arises, how do we cultivate self-validation? How do we bring it into our own lives? Well, personally, I began setting small, achievable goals. Now, every night I would write down one thing that I wanted to accomplish the next day, and I'd pair it with a reward. Your goals can be anything. From drinking 8 glasses of water a day to learning how to scuba dive. Your goals can be adventurous, like rock climbing, or rejuvenating, like meditation. Psychology suggests that people are more likely to complete their tasks when there's something in it for them. Now, it may seem selfish, but it's a practical approach. I began journaling and reading motivational literature. Listening to other stories of struggle and triumph inspired me. And reflecting on my journey helped me appreciate how far I've come. Now, although now this is all easier said than done, there will of course be days when you feel drained. You might come home from school or work and you would just want to sit back and watch TV, let alone set any goals for yourself for that day. Now, on those days, take a break. Now, taking a break may seem counterintuitive because it means that you're allowing those thoughts to come back in, those same thoughts that you've been trying to escape from. But this is a crucial step. Stepping away from your daily routine helps you recognize other things in life, like exploring new hobbies, spending time with loved ones, or simply relax. This can ground you, bring you joy, and also help you refocus. For those who feel like imposters, taking a break may feel unproductive. But this is, in fact, the very form of productivity. Finding time to enjoy life and recharge. Now, isn't that productive? This is why so many successful individuals prioritize breaks. They understand the importance of balance. As I stand here today with Barney by my side, I realize that the journey to self-acceptance is ongoing. Just like my relationship with my beloved stuffed toy, it's about embracing the past while also moving forward. It's about learning to be okay with yourself. I've learned that it's okay to stumble, it's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to seek help. Self-validation is not just a concept, it's a practice. It's about inculcating all your greatest qualities into your life. It's about understanding and embracing your journey, celebrating your victories, no matter how big or small, and understanding that you are okay with yourself. So to anyone out there who feels like they're not enough, I want you to remember this. You are a masterpiece in progress. Embrace your journey. Go with the flow. Understand that life will take you to the right place. And remember that the most important validation comes from within. Thank you so much.